Professional wrestler.
He's a professional wrestler. Now watch this now. Watch. What? See?
Earthbound podcast.
Earthbound podcast. I'm trying to figure out which episode. Trying to look up which episode we're on.
Josh, you can't be watching the Earthbound podcast. We've got to do the Earthbound
Well, I want you to know that it's already started. Like the starting point is already passed. You're like in the middle of like the intro.
Everyone, welcome back to the Earthbound podcast, episode 61. I had to look that up because I don't remember numbers. But hey, I am.
You're absolutely right. 61.
Dude.
Speaking of 61, I know someone who turned that recently.
Oh, cool.
Well, it was a frequent collaborator of the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Franco.
Franco's birthday is in like November, I thought.
I think it is. By the time this episode comes out, it might be around his birthday.
Wow. What?
What?
I don't remember when Franco's birthday is actually.
Wait. What do you mean? When this comes out, it might be. You think we're gonna hold on to this episode for months?
Yeah, specifically this episode for months.
I said it in November. We're not gonna hold on to this episode. Like, what are you talking about?
Can you, when it's like the week of his birthday, could you just re-upload episode 61 with no context?
Yeah. Yes. Well, now we've talked about it, so the illusion is broken. Yeah, true. You're a little bit older now.
Oh yeah, my birthday was this past Saturday. It was really fun. I didn't get. I left my house at noon, and I left my house at like.
It was like 11.
Yeah, I left my house at 11, and I didn't get home until like about midnight.
Yeah.
Well, you had a big day, man. What can I say?
Yeah,
You had a big day.
a big day for a big guy.
Well,
Akai wouldn't know that.
yeah. Wait. How
just actively not doing the bit. Yeah, whatever, man.
Dude, I was okay. You like for some reason sent my brain in like four directions at once. Where I was trying to think of a joke, and then I also started thinking like, wait, how tall is Akai again? I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, I'm not talking about his height.
Oh. Wait, how would you know?
Anyways, what topics have we got for today, guys?
I was going to talk about my birthday. That was
you should do that.
Oh yeah, you want to explain what happened?
Yeah,
the incident.
Yeah, so the reason I was Franco's going to hate this.
He's probably already asleep. He doesn't care.
Yeah, that's true.
He's gonna have a dream from like your POV of your birthday.
dude, that'd be awesome.
It would be like deja vu, but for something he hasn't experienced.
Dude, that'd be awesome. So yeah, I'm a big D&D head, and I have a bunch of IRL friends that I play D&D with. So what we did on Saturday was we had made plans for like an all-day like D&D session of like this giant one-shot, because we've played together for like years now. And we've done a bunch of different campaigns, and this session was pretty much I guess like you could call it like a love letter to all the D&D we've played together. But it was just kind of like remember this? Where it was two very big villains from different campaigns we've did. The first one was, I think I might have talked to you about it, Teagues. We did a Spelljammer. We kind of did like a homebrew Spelljammer campaign.
Yeah.
Like the setting was Spelljammer, but pretty much everything was like including like the villain was completely homebrew that our DM did. He was like this god king of space. He like conquered a bunch of gods and was like using them to rule over all of space.
It's quite fascinating.
Yeah, and then the other one was this god of creation that was sealed away in a void forever and ever.
Why? What did he
And then
do? What did he do?
he found what this void was and was like, oh, what if I start experimenting with this void? And the other gods were like, oh, you like this void so much, why don't you go marry it? And they sealed him forever in the void.
Wow, they sound like a bunch of fucking dicks. Like, imagine if I fucked with your interests like that. What if it was like, oh, Chewie, I think you really like Kirby and the Forgotten Realms. What if I fucking seal you into this cartridge for eternity? What if I make you Kirby in the Kirby world and you never get to talk to your family again?
Yeah,
Like we all pranked
exactly.
you and then we gave you a big wedgie.
But yeah, so he was messing around with it, and they were like, "Hey, stay in there forever." And because he stayed in there forever, he went insane, and started like harnessing the power of the void even more so, and became the void. And so
That's deep.
so yeah, what do you want me to say? It's not like a deep premise. It's just this guy was evil.
No, I just thought it sounded funny because like I'm becoming the void.
I'm becoming the void. Urgh.
Yeah.
And so the premise was because these two are extremely powerful, they were breaking time and space. Because they found each other and they started fighting and they started breaking time and space. And so a bunch of characters. So we started off as like a bunch of different characters from our different campaigns.
Okay.
And at the start of like each round, at the very top of the round, we would roll a d4. And I kind of explained it to you guys, but I'll explain it to the audio listeners at home.
Yeah.
On a 2 through 4, it would be you. Actually, I should probably explain. Before the session started, our DM was like, "Oh, choose 3 characters, make them level 20, which is the most powerful for the people who don't play Dungeons and Dragons."
That's
Franco.
Actually, that's a little nutty. Level 20.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, choose 3 characters from 3 different campaigns and make the." It did actually. I think he didn't even said it. Oh my God, what is going on with my brain? I think he even said like they don't have to be from campaigns; they could even be from one shots, which a few people did.
Okay.
I also did for one of my characters. So he was like, choose 3 characters, and then he was like, roll the characters that correspond are like 2 through 4. And we were like, oh, what's 1 do? And he was like, oh, it's a secret that you'll have to find out later. So we start the session. We all roll 1d4, and someone rolls a 1. And that person is now a representation of themselves in the actual game. And what's funny is that person has the knowledge that the IRL person has. So they know about like the weaknesses of the villains and also the characters by name. And everyone else has to roleplay as these characters who don't know who this just random person is.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think the highest amount of hit points someone had was like 4 hit points.
Oh my God.
Because canonically, everyone's a commoner in the real world.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which I honestly agree with. Everyone is a commoner. And so like, and he was like, and we were like, oh, how'd you get stats? And he was like, years and years ago, I sent you guys a quiz that was like your D&D stats.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Which he said after the session, like, that wasn't even planned for this. He just randomly sent it, and he remembered it on the car ride over to the one shot.
That's awesome, actually. That's really cool.
Yes. Yeah, it was really fun. So, like, literally, like, you have, like, all this knowledge, and, like, you're scrambling around the battlefield and trying not to die, while these villains are doing, like, 50 damage a hit.
Yeah.
So if you get
Yeah.
hit once, you're like fully dead.
Yeah.
So then we played through it for a while. There was a lot of very funny moments. 3 of the IRL people, like representations, got like pretty much died. Oh, I forgot one other part. Every time it was a person's turn, or specifically a player character's turn, or like a player's turn, you would roll a D100, and our DM had a list of like over 100 NPCs from like all the different campaigns. And when we like would roll it, they would show up for a round to either help or hurt us.
Yeah.
At one point, like the final boss of a 3rd different campaign showed up and rocked everyone's shit.
Oh.
And so
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun, and we played for a couple hours. We weren't done yet. We still had quite a bit to go. And then at around 7, we were like, "Oh, we have a dinner reservation." So we went there, ate dinner. It was like an hour and a half there, and then we went back, and so it was like 8:30, and we were like, "Oh, just a little longer," and we kept on playing till 11.
I think that's really cool though, because it's like not necessarily like super, I guess, balanced in the way that there's just all these random tables and stuff, but it's like it's fun because it doesn't have to be, because it's not like a super serious like campaign you're doing. It's like a
exactly.
cool one shot. It's because I know I like it when people focus on playing the game for fun rather than doing super strict like rules that are like super like balanced and optimized and shit.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Yeah.
I will say there was absolutely a couple moments where we were just like dicking around, and like our DM was like, be like, "That's against the rules, but I don't care now."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like well, with the whole Earthbound dungeon, it's like we have rules, but like you're not like a rules lawyer about anything, because they're all fairly light, and the main thing is just that we have a cool, silly little story and have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like our rules were not very good, to be honest, last time, but we still had a great time and we got through it. So.
Oh yeah, like I was just like, oh yeah, this is, cause a lot of I think a lot of Earthbound Dungeon was like just going off of the improv that you guys were doing. Like the whole thing with Akai's cabin was absolutely not planned out, and like following up with like all the DVDs that went missing because the dragon stole them. Yeah.
It's still.
And also, didn't you have like a whole other area that we were gonna go to?
Yes, I did. I told you after the fact, but it wasn't included in the episode. Whenever we're planning Earthbound Dungeons, I'll just like make a list of stuff like you guys could potentially encounter, and I really like you guys pretty much encountered everything. I think like you missed 2 things, one of which was a battle. Which I was thinking of maybe including to like introduce Akai into here's how the battle mechanics work. Yeah, which was against a bunch of wolves that you guys would just randomly encounter. But like I ended up scrapping it because you guys went to Akai's cabin, and I was like, that sounds like it's gonna be more fun. And then
that makes sense.
And the other one was a shop, the hat shop that was run by a Yeti.
Yeah, that was the one I was sad we didn't get to go to.
Yes, I'm gonna be honest.
You never know.
I didn't. Yeah, well, you never know. I mean, you guys might have to go. If you haven't watched Earthbound Dungeon number 2 yet, you should go do that. It's really fun. Yeah, I mean, you guys, and for spoiler alert, you guys might have to go back up north because you forgot the ice crystal and how the goat has it.
That's true.
Gosh.
Very true.
Which, again, like, the goat was not planned out. That was fully from Josh's wacky wheel.
It was so funny. We legitimately just forgot to pick up the ice crystal because we were like
I
arguing.
What's
thought
funny-
someone else had it. Okay.
What's funny is I also forgot it, and then you guys were like, "I don't have it. I don't have it," and I was like, "Oh, I know what I'm gonna do." See, so that's like
It was
another thing that
perfect.
I did, which was like fully not planned, fully improv, and I was like, "This is just fun."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I agree. D&D, like I understand like why like people get so into like the rules of D&D, like
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like battles and stuff, which like
hmm
I'll be completely honest, my table does get into that because we do
hmm
long running campaigns, not
Yeah,
just
of
like this
course.
one shot. But it's it's fun to just like ignore the rules sometimes and just have fun with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like, ultimately, it's up to like the table preference, because like it's a D&D is a game, and games are meant to be fun, so you
Yeah,
should just play it in the way
yeah,
that people are gonna have fun. So I don't know, maybe
yeah,
you like really
exactly.
hardcore like hex crawls and stuff, but other people just want to do improv, and like that's cool.
I was
Yeah.
speaking of that, I was talking to my table. Apparently, there's something called hardcore D&D, which like pretty much turns D&D into like a roguelite,
Interesting.
where like
Like how
if
so?
pretty much from what I've seen, it's like module D&D, but you just kind of throw it in there. Throw like don't like throw any punches because let's be honest, when you're playing D&D,
hmm
punches are thrown a little bit.
hmm
And then if your character dies, there's no way to like revive them. It's just they're dead forever.
That sounds like OD&D,
I think so. Yeah, that's
like White Box D&D
probably.
and shit. Because White Box D&D
Yeah.
was kind of funny because you just roll. It was so rolling a character was so straightforward and fast, and like
Yes.
randomized that like your character
I
would
was gonna
probably
say
just
that's the
die,
exact same.
and then you would basically just your characters would die until you got a character that survived long enough to like get
Yeah,
really
that was
powerful and
actually
basically
good.
become an NPC. Uh, I'm going on a tangent. I shouldn't speak over you, but like I don't know, old D&D stuff like that was really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like literally like what you were saying. It's the exact same thing where you like fully just like roll your
Mhm.
character, including like race and class. And
Oh, really?
one thing I know,
Do you roll
one thing,
your attributes?
yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, you roll it, but you roll it in order.
Okay, yeah.
So like sometimes you'll have like a wizard with like 16 strength and 10
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah. Huh, that's
But yeah,
interesting.
we've been thinking of doing it for a little bit, but we've got like a whole other campaign we're doing right now,
hmm
so we have no
Yeah.
clue when we're gonna do that. Right now,
Yeah.
I think I've talked to you guys about it, like in passing, how we're doing like a superhero campaign with a
Oh
different
yeah, you
system.
have told us about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
these it's masks. I think it's called.
hmm
Yeah, masks.
Yeah, man. You've
I
played that
they
before, haven't
literally
you?
just um, I think
I thought
so.
you I think I feel like you've mentioned that to me before because that's like one of
Yes.
the RPGs aside from D&D that you've played before.
Yes, I did. Okay, I did a one shot with it like a while ago,
Okay, yeah.
and then we did like this full campaign, which we've been doing for a while. Whenever we have the chance to,
hmm
um, but I think they literally just recently came out with a second edition of Masks,
Oh, that's
which
awesome.
I don't think they changed much. I think they just added more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, yeah, that is indeed very cool. Um,
But now that Franco has either left an angry comment or DM'd one of us to stop talking about D&D, uh, what else you guys want to talk about?
well, you got me on the D&D mindset. Now I'm thinking of it.
Oh, that's true.
Sorry,
That's
there's
true.
some guy yelling outside my house. I was
He's
talking and I
yelling
just
about
heard some
that's
guy go,
Franco
"Woo, woo,
yelling
woo,
about
woo, woo."
D&D.
It freaked me out. Um, but yeah, no, I don't know, because it's like I feel like I'm kind of like a I don't know, maybe I'm just too easy of like a player or GM, but one thing is that I don't I'm personally in most like RPG, especially campaigns, I don't really like to do like permanent player death. Um, just because
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
no,
like
I agree.
it's not a very rewarding or satisfying like story conclusion. Of course, like if people are just being dumb and they're not like trying to like pay attention, then like yeah, shit might happen. But I think as a replacement for like permadeath, I think there's way more interesting like alternatives. Like
Yeah, I agree with that.
like when I was running Cyberpunk with a few of my friends, like one of the people died and I didn't want to permanently kill their character that we'd spent hours on sessions. So I instead like made them like do a deal with a corporation to become like a basically like an AI, I guess, to like keep their mind
Ooh.
intact. And then they're now
Oh.
like under control of the corporation. So there's still like still things happen and there's costs, but it's not like you're just gone now. It's like now there's a whole new thing for you to deal with, and you can get out of this in time, but like it's it's more I don't know, more of an objective for you now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that. Like, especially like if it's a character that you've played for super super long and like a long
Yeah.
running campaigner. But
Yeah.
I would like to politely disagree.
Mhm.
As if this were a debate. Gasp. Um, one of my favorite character moments that I've ever had from a campaign was from one
Mhm.
of my characters dying.
Mhm.
And this is gonna be very funny. He was a moose folk barbarian, named Canadian.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we were in a long running campaign where we were just trying. Uh, we were there was a very obvious plot of like there were five continents and like suddenly like there were these five like ancient castles that like manifested overnight above the kingdom that were shooting these like beams in the sky, and we were tasked to not only investigate one of them but potentially like bring them down. And
Mhm.
so we went to one of them. There was like all these like weird, fucked up experiments in it. We had to
Mhm.
fight like a dragon in one, like that was made of like a constellation in one room. So we
Mhm.
were like out of like hit points, out of options, and we go to like what was pretty much a throne room. No one was in there.
Mhm.
Um, we start figuring out like how to like take this place down when a character like goes off by themselves to like search around to find more clues and finds what is pretty much like a conference room,
Mhm.
uh and like kind of like appearing magically in each chair are were like the different individuals who lived in the other castles, except for
Mhm.
like the one who was in this castle, who was kind of like the head boss, which we didn't know at the time, but you know.
Mhm.
Uh, so uh, they start like messing around. These magical projections notice this person, and we find out that the head boss is on their way back. So we start scrambling, trying to figure out how to leave. As we're trying to figure out how to leave, the big boss comes back. A fight breaks out. We start fighting, and eventually it gets to the point where like people are getting knocked unconscious, and my character, who was very, I will say, very much the heart of the party,
Mhm.
was like doing his best to like try and get people at people's unconscious bodies out of there.
Mhm.
In doing so, took an opportunity attack, got knocked unconscious,
Mhm.
and because I was a giant moosefolk barbarian, no one was strong enough to carry my body out.
Mhm.
My body was captured by the big person and killed.
Mhm.
Um, then my DM would like in universe, I went to like the afterlife, where there was like a lot of backstory stuff. Like he was like the last of his tribe that was like claimed by like blizzards of winter. And he was given the offer to go to the afterlife or help or go back to his friends. And he wanted to be selfish for once and wanted to join his tribe in the afterlife, but wanted to make sure that his friends were okay. And I think like, and looking at it, that was a good way that the DM did it, where they were giving me the option.
Yeah, because in scenarios like that, especially since that was more, I guess to me that's more like voluntary, because you were doing something like, heroic. There's a story behind that. He died, saving his friends as well as all of this backstory. That I think is a lot more interesting. But yeah. No, I get what you mean in that sense, because I think that's definitely rewarding because it results in like a story conclusion. So yeah.
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I also kind of chose for him to pass on because not only was like you said, I was happy with the way that his story concluded, but I also had an idea for a character that I've wanted to play for a while. And I was like, "Oh, this will be a fun opportunity to like bring this guy in," and it was.
Sure.
The backup was really fun.
Yeah.
But I definitely I do agree that like death should always be an option in D&D. I'm always under that impression. It shouldn't be a permanent thing. There should always be like a, hey, do you want your character to, like in like out of universe way, in universe out of universe way of saying, hey, do you want your character to like, do you want your story to be finished for your character?
Yeah.
And if so, we can do that in a satisfying way. But if not, I have ways like that'll work out.
Yeah, right. And to be fair, it's like that that mostly something that I think is more functional from like a modern like mindset for RPGs where you have these like massive sprawling campaigns where you have like just a few characters, and you work them up rather than in like especially OD&D and a lot of old school Renaissance types of games. I think that in those cases, permadeath makes a lot more sense and is more manageable. But yeah. Otherwise, I think it's best to be kind of an option, like you said.
Yeah. What do you think, Josh?
I'm gonna be honest. I zoned out. I only like half remember what you guys were talking about, but I do agree that I think, like what Teagues was saying, if it's not fun, then it doesn't really matter. So death, like if someone's screwing around, then like that's on you. But like if you don't want the character story to be over, you can find ways to circumvent it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you guys do if, like, during like Earthbound Dungeon 3, I just am like, the Orb's nephew, you're dead, and you're like, oh, what happens? And I'm just like, you're dead. Make a new character. What would you do?
Dude,
Yeah.
I would make a new character. But I would be like the worst player of all time, where like I would just start being like a dick to everyone. I'd be like, dude, it's just what my character would do, okay?
Have you ever dealt with people like that? I luckily haven't, but
sort of, not in a bad way. When I was a kid, I had a friend who we would always just be doing like a really stupid, like we'd be going over to his house and like do a really stupid one shot, and like a few of those times like we rarely continued it, or if we did it would just be really casual and like kind of jokey. There were a few times where he absolutely did like a murder hobo type thing, which like to be fair, I don't really care that much because it was a very casual thing, but
yeah.
that was pretty much to the extent of my experience with that. But yeah, I have dealt with I haven't dealt with a lot of bad players. I've dealt with some worse DMs. in GMs, I should say. But
I was thinking about it. I've dealt with some interesting DMs before.
Mhm.
Um, and then I've also dealt with some interesting players, but nothing in the realm of like murder hobo stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I think there was one because I met most of my people in my D&D, like in my IRL group with at D&D club at my
Mhm.
college, and from there we like formed an actual group. But like I think like in like maybe year two of like me being in college,
Mhm.
like a very early D&D. Um, this was when like we just started like this is just like when COVID first started and like everything was transitioning to like
Yeah.
online. We had a like an online campaign, and we had one player who joined for like one session.
Mhm.
Like I literally saw him once and then never again. Where
Mhm.
he was like trying to like flirt with like an NPC. And the
Oh.
DM was just like not exactly was like, hey, I will be because this was during a Curse of Strahd game, which if for the audio listeners at home and also for Josh, like the
Yeah.
whole setting for that is like gothic horror.
Yeah, it's like dark fantasy. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like
Huh.
everyone's
I did
trapped in
not
like
read the
this
room.
small bubble that's like this. Like, how big would you say Barovia is, Tiggs?
Um, I don't really
Like,
remember because it's I briefly played Curse of
it's
Strahd at one point. I don't remember it well at all, to be honest.
yeah, but like it's like the size of like a county, pretty much. I'll say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like, so like everyone's trapped in this like county. They can't leave because there's like this mist that prevents them to leave. That is created by this vampire lord named Strahd,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the curse of Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like this whole campaign is you trying to figure out a way to kill Strahd, so that way the curse is broken and everyone can leave.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it's like horror themed, like Strahd's always watching you, and like he kept on trying to flirt with like this one woman who was like really sad that her dad was gone had gone missing. And he was like, "Don't worry, I can make you feel better." And everyone was like, the DM was kind of joking about like around like, haha, that's funny, but like you very much meant it.
Oh my
No.
god, dude. Read the
No.
room. That
It was
sucks.
Yeah, so that was the only time I like literally he was there for one session and then never again. And
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, like the DM was like very much trying to move on and like
Mhm.
like the guy was not taking the hint. So it was thinking about it is very funny.
Now it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is absolutely wild.
In the moment it was like very much like come on man. I gotta I gotta figure out how we're gonna kill this vampire guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I yeah, I luckily haven't ever really had to deal with that kind of player. Like I don't actually I don't even think there's ever been a time like a character has flirted with like an NPC, which good because that's I don't really want to deal with that to be honest.
I've had that
Um,
in a couple games, but we've all talked about it.
yeah,
Like,
I
oh
mean
hey,
sometimes it can be like funny or something, and if it's just like dumb or if it has like an actual story purpose, it's whatever. Most of the time though, it feels very cringe.
I've had a lot of fun moments with it.
Yeah.
I ha-
Yeah.
I
Oh,
have not done a
if people talk about it, probably. But
yes we
if
talk
it's just like
like
one guy
yes
is like, oh, well, guess what great character I have today, guys.
yeah.
Yeah, in that case, it's
I
pretty
can
cringe. But
can I make it even funnier for you, Teague?
what?
I'm pretty sure he was either a fighter or a rogue.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so it's just like you know.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, But yeah.
But yeah, like the only time, like there will be moments where like we'll talk with our DM or talk with, like I've done, I've played games where there's been like player NPC romance or NPC and NPC romance, or like even I've been in a situation where I did player to player romance,
Wow.
Huh.
and yeah, that was fun.
Wait, like in game?
In game, yes, not
Are
out
you
of
sure it
game.
wasn't? Are you sure it wasn't for real and you just misread the situation?
Yes, I'm sure, because
Are
the
you
person
sure
that
they
I
didn't
did it
think?
with,
Are you sure they didn't think you were like
person
actually
that
in
I
a
did it with
relationship?
was like also like my mainstay DM who is currently in a relationship with someone else. Maybe I misread the situation, missed my shot.
Yeah, dude. They entered a different relationship when they found out you weren't for real. They're like, what? It was just in game? Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot. I've done a lot of D&D stuff like that. But like I've said, we always talk about it, like being like, oh, like this might happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's why it's important to have a session zero. I wish we all the our group got to do more D&D stuff together aside for or just RPG stuff together aside from Earthbound Dungeon.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's really
Yeah.
hard to find
absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's hard to find time to hang out in general.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm very glad I get so that's why I'm very glad I get to do a tabletop RPG with Saren,
Mhm.
a previous guest on the Earthbound podcast.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe at some point we'll go on vacation from our constant flow of work, and we'll have time. But
Yeah.
who knows? Who
Our
knows?
Mondays will open up.
Yeah, dude.
Or I
Dude.
mean Wednesdays.
Yeah, Wednesdays. Dude. Something that I was thinking about just before the start, and not related to RPGs, is that Undertale 10th anniversary is coming up, and
Dude,
it
I'm
It
just
so
is.
it
excited for
keeps
that.
catching me off guard. 'Cause I'm like, dang, 10 years, man. Um,
Yeah.
cause okay, it was weird because earlier I was like I remember like like the anniversary concert, right? That was for like the 7th anniversary, right? Or like the
Yeah,
8th one?
dude.
No, it was for the 5th one.
Oh, it was
Oh
for the
my
fifth
It
one?
god.
was 5 years ago. It was halfway
Oh
between
my
now and
god.
the release date of Undertale. It
That's
was it
actually
was
kind of insane.
I was like, what's happened? Like, where did the time go? I thought it was like way sooner. But no, it was a minute ago for sure. But that's yeah. And hey, I'm hoping something really cool happens for the 10th anniversary. It's hard to say. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they did that Undertale Memories, so I'm very interested
they
to
did.
see what.
I'm very interested to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad we all did it, right, Joshua?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so sad.
He had it up for so
It,
short. I actually thought he was gonna have it up for longer.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
I don't know
put
why he did.
when he put it up, the tweet that followed it was like, "Hey, maybe do this within the next like maybe try and do this within the next 24 hours ish." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay." So it'll probably be up like a little bit longer than that. No, it was not. It either went
Nope.
down exactly at 24 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy. I was like thinking like he was gonna have it up for like maybe like a couple days, maybe even a
Yeah, a
week.
Yeah.
couple days.
He took it down like immediately. I'm
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
glad I had the chance to do it because I was in the exact same boat as you, Josh, where I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it, and then Teagues
Yeah.
bullied me into doing it, which I'm very glad you did.
Yeah. Yeah. If I didn't get around to doing it, then I probably wouldn't have gotten around to it. But yeah, it's I mean maybe it's just because he got like a lot more than he expected, and then there were just so many entries that
Probably,
they had to sort through as a team. So yeah,
yeah.
because I figured there has to be some moderation with like the drawing thing that you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember I saw like a couple like things that were
Mhm.
very much meme drawings,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, man, I did like an actual thing.
I also
Yeah.
did an actual thing, kind of.
So I'm
Not really.
hoping that at least between the two of us, at least one of us like gets on whatever happens.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
I know. Well, my text was for real, but like my image was kind of a joke.
Oh yeah, same. Like my
Yeah.
text, I talked about how like when Undertale came out, like my siblings and I didn't do much stuff together. We kind of did our own thing, but then we like bonded over how like Undertale happened.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty similar for me because I was a super early adopter to Undertale. I think
Yeah.
I played it within like a month or two of its release. So because I heard it and I was like, whoa, a cool indie game. I'm like in middle school now, so I'm old enough to enjoy indie games on Steam and not Nintendo. And I played Undertale.
Dude, you know what's insane to me?
Uh-huh.
When Undertale released, none of us knew each other.
That is true.
That's true. I mean,
That was
I
10
knew
years ago.
I knew one of our mutual friends, but I did
Yeah.
not know you. I did not know Josh. I didn't know Josh until like 2021. I don't remember.
Yeah,
2021 or 2022, somewhere
To be
Yeah.
fair,
around there.
and okay, it's weird because with both of you guys, it's like I knew of your existence. I didn't really like I knew of your
Yeah.
existence. We had like been in the same space and technically hung out in like a group together before, but
Yeah.
I didn't like know you personally until like I don't know, like pretty much a year after that point. So because it's
Yeah.
basically the same with both of you guys, even though it was at different points in time. Because I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
because like I knew Chu the summer before I went into high school, and then I didn't really get to know him super well until like after freshman year of high school. Like
Yeah.
I think it was that spring, like near the end, that I started to like where like we were in the same group chats and we hung out. So yeah,
Yeah. I think that's what it was.
yeah.
And then in my case, at least for Teagues, I don't really remember at what point I got closer with Chu, but for Teagues, I remember I met both of you roughly around that one Minecraft server,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first one I was in.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't really know you guys all too well. But you were both really into it, and that was a lot of fun.
I
And then
just knew
Origins
that
happened.
I just knew Josh as Kermit and he didn't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Oh.
Origins happened, and I was like, I want to hang out with someone who I don't really know that much, but seems cool. And I was like, hey, Teagues, do you want to like team up together? And he was like, yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but what the fuck was I gonna say? I don't really know. But
Yeah. Oh, Undertale you were talking about.
yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
something about how we all went. Oh no, I remember. No, it's just a really small thing. I remember the first time I think we were I like chewing. We had like been in voice calls for a while at that point because this was like the SMP we did before Origins.
Oh yeah.
And like by that we already knew each other by that point because that was like 2021
Yeah.
I want to say, and like we hung out during like 2020 and stuff. But I remember that was the first time like Josh had ever heard our voices because we all got into call and he was on text, and I just remember him saying Teagues and Chu's voice are exactly how you'd imagine they would be if you've never heard their voice before. I was like, that's
Yeah.
silly. I remembered
Pretty-
that because I was just like, that's funny. But yeah.
It's true though.
do you still stand by that, Josh?
I do. I think that is a very accurate descriptor.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a bit of a non sequitur. Have you guys ever seen pro tag?
Pro tag?
Like tag as like a pro sport. Like people are
Oh,
really good at
I
it.
thought you were saying it as like some kind of media. I
No,
was like, I've seen like
I've
I've
seen
seen like
clips of it.
one clips of it.
It's like they have this weird like jungle gym type thing in the
Yeah,
space, and then there's the
exactly.
person trying to escape. There's the other person trying to chase. It's
Yeah,
wild.
dude, it's like and they've got like lights and like an official timer and everything. It's like
It's
it
like,
looks like
dude,
who?
like millions of dollars have been put into tag.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome. I want to know who funded this because there's no way this is like a new thing from like the last like few years. I feel like who funded all of this,
I
man?
I feel like I saw that a while ago.
Yeah, I feel like I at least in the last 5 years I want to say is it was probably the
Yeah.
first time I've seen it. I don't know. That was like for me. I think that was a little after like the slapping competitions became a meme, which
Oh
is
yeah.
is a sport. I'll say. I can't say I'm. It was a meme for a while, and then it turned out people were actually serious about it, and I was like, okay, this is the point where I stop listening to anything about this because I just thought it was funny that for it was like it was so dumb because I'm pretty sure it was like there would be like these tournaments and they were only done in Europe and the prize money was like awful. It was like $50,000. And you
Oh
just
my gosh.
and the thing is with these competitions that they are like actually really harmful potentially. Like you can get like actual brain damage because of how hard they're slapping each other. But it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Um sorry,
Speaking of
Apollo wants
slapping,
out. You need to talk.
oh, oh, I was gonna. Oh, man, I'm sad that Teeks isn't here because that reminded me of something I haven't thought of in so long. Josh, you know what I'm probably talking about because you have a. I think you have a whole playlist about it.
What?
Backslapping.
Dude, I was literally about to talk about that. That was such a
I haven't
dumb
thought
bit.
about that in
I know.
forever.
Teeks
I didn't
said
even really
slapping.
understand. I didn't even really understand the bit when it
It
happened.
was
I
so
just made the
dumb.
playlist
I
because why not?
I think I remember how that even came to be a bit because we were on call and we like didn't know what to do. So as a bit, I like looked up like things to do when you're bored with your friends, and it had this like really big list, and one of them was slap each other on the back as hard as possible until everyone gives up. And I was like, we need to do that. Just slapping each other as hard as possible until like we pass out.
I need to know, like, who wrote that?
Have they done it? Is that something they think is like normal to do with your friends?
Do you think like someone is out there with their adult friends? They're like sitting at a bar, and like there's like a lull in the conversation, and he like is like, "Oh, this is my time to shine," and he stands up, walks behind one of his friends, and slaps him as hard as he can on the back.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like you remember. Okay, I don't know if anyone else did this with their friends. When I was a kid, and I'm talking,
This is gonna be insane.
I was probably like 8, and most of my friends at the time were actually a good bit older than me. But like we would be like at like a table or something, and as kids, like someone would slap their hand down on the table, and like slowly everyone else would also start to slap their hand on the same spot. So you'd be like slapping the back of the other person of like someone's hand, right? And then you just speed that up until everyone was just slapping like incoherently, and like usually someone's hand would be
Oh
just
my
stuck at the bottom of
god,
it, getting slapped nonstop. It was awesome.
that's.
This was the same
Dude, that's
friend group I did
awesome.
Sonic roleplay with. So
Dude, that's
yeah,
awesome.
and I was always silver. It was
You
so it
did.
was
You talked
so.
about this before.
I, Not in here, I don't think. I talked about it with you.
No, I've not. No, well, I mean just in general.
Yeah, we'd go into the forest sometimes, and we'd
Was
make
there
up.
something that made it so you were silver, or were you like
No,
what attracted you to that
I
role?
just thought he was cool, so I was like, I'm silver. I don't. I never even knew the plot of Sonic 06. Like I just thought he looked cool, so I was him.
Did you
And
know
I was
about
like,
his
"Dude."
powers or anything? Or
Yeah, I
did
knew
were
he had
you like,
telekinesis and stuff, and I did that.
yeah,
That was my
yeah.
thing. Except it was like the powers like only partially mattered because like we kind of just didn't. We were too stupid, so like my power basically instead of using like action, I wasn't like throwing like cars and rocks and stuff at people. Basically, when I was trying to fight someone, I would just like push like my palm forward, like, and I would just go pew, and that was like I was doing like an energy blast from Dragon Ball Z. And so when I was fighting someone, I would just run around in a circle and just go pew 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 towards them,
Dude,
and it was awesome. It was goated. Yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
yeah. That was my attack, and everyone just called it the Bew attack.
They,
So.
they respected it though, right? Like when you
Oh
did
yeah,
it,
no,
they
that
would
was like a
they
legit
would like
attack.
fall. They would fall backwards, be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, well, partially, but we were also kids, so it's like we would each attack each other like 20 times and not react to the other person's attack, and we would both like fall over at the same time because we didn't want to be didn't want to lose unless the other person also lost. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is exactly what I've seen in like so many like Roblox role plays
Oh
before.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where people will just like will like try to. I think I've talked about this on the podcast where I will
I
just
know which one you're referring to.
yeah, where like
Oh my
people
God.
will just the role. I think I might have talked about it.
Was
Like
it the
I might
one
have
where he
just
turned
read
the world
out.
bloody?
Yes, yes.
You talked about that for sure. I think
Yeah,
I
I
remember.
did. I did.
Oh
I
my
I
God.
remember because I don't know if it was you or if it was me, but like we said like this is the podcast to turn the world bloody to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, no, I have so much like weird like just like shattered like various just memories of doing the Sonic stuff as a kid cuz like all of us like we were all really into like the Sonic Sprite comics at the time because this was like what fucking
Oh,
2012.
dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And yeah, cause we used this website Smack Jeeves. It was Smack Jeeves was
Smack
like
Jeeves.
the GOAT Sprite
Yeah.
webcomic site, and unfortunately got shut down like 2019 or 2020.
Yeah.
I think the vast majority of it is archived on archive.org, but it's kind of hard to search through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, some stuff was like actually just permanently lost, but other stuff was saved. But yeah, we were definitely inspired by that, and also it was just dumb like inside jokes as a kid because we had this bit where basically we were also all like huge Dragon Ball fans, and so we took the idea from Dragon Ball where like when you make a wish for the Dragon Balls, you can, like when you revive someone, you can only revive them once, right? And so we made a bit where basically if if someone dies, if you like swear at their dead body, then they can be revived, but you can only do it once.
Wait, swear like like a
Yeah, if
swear
you say
word?
a swear word, yeah. But we wouldn't actually say it. We would like self-censor ourselves. We would go like "Mrrr," to make it sound like you were being censored when we actually like in the law were swearing. And so when we did that, someone could be revived once. It was
Dude.
awesome. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
what if we meet up IRL? We should just go to the woods and just start. I was gonna say start role playing, but we'd probably get the cops called on us.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of grown men in the woods, like just pretending to shoot fireballs at each
We
other.
got this guy running in circles and going pew pew pew. Yeah. That would be interesting. Yeah, no, man. I think that was like legitimately the starting point for like so much of like the role playing oriented stuff of my life with like D&D and shit.
Yeah.
Like I probably would not be into D&D if it were not for that stupid stuff.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
And it probably also partially shaped the fact that like because I went into D&D with the role playing mindset of like we're telling a story and being our silly little characters rather than going it from like the understanding that it's like a game. Um,
Yeah.
I think it also kind of shaped my preference, but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah, as
I'm
well as just
I
like
I
no, you go, no, you go, you talk, you
oh
talk.
I was gonna say like I don't know what it was, but when I first started D&D, I was very much more into like the fighting part of it, and
Mm.
I still don't know why. Like, just I think it was just because one of my first characters was a spellcaster, and I think
Oh
I
yeah,
was like, oh, there's a lot of freedom with like spell casting and like
yeah.
flavoring these spells in different ways. But like as I've played D&D more and more, I've started to prefer like fully like role playing. Like
Yeah.
there will be like entire like sessions where like it will just be role playing, and I'll be just like have been having so much fun with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um, yeah, what
I don't
was
know why it took me so long to realize that.
how old were you when you first tried D&D?
So I was in my very first D&D session was in my junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bunch of friends who were seniors, and for one of the people's birthday, we did a one shot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I was an Aarakocra bard, and there was a I don't remember if they were a wizard or a sorcerer. It was like one of those two, like a
Mm-hmm.
human wizard or sorcerer, and then a Goliath fighter or
Mm-hmm.
barbarian. I don't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was like the archetypes of healer, fighter, spellcaster,
Mm-hmm.
and like I did not know how to play bard. I didn't know anything about like bardic inspirations.
Mm-hmm.
Like I absolutely used none of my healing spells. I just had like a boomerang, and I would throw it,
Mm-hmm.
and I would look at my healing and like at one point and I remember at one point I was like, oh, shatter, that's a cool or no, it was
Mm-hmm.
thunderwave.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I like flew it because we had to go to this goblin camp to recover like a bunch of treasure. It was something very, very simple because it was an introductory one shot that we were hoping to do a campaign with, but we never did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, from there, like I remember like the one thing that I remember was I flew down into the goblin camp where there were like 10 goblins, cast Thunderwave, and like threw all the goblins back, and like some of them died, and
Mm-hmm.
like the others immediately like immediately were like, oh. But yeah, yeah, so that was my first time. Then I was into like D&D shows for a while before I
Oh,
actually
okay.
but like really only got into D&D in college.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty normal experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
evidenced by my like 10-hour D&D session I did like last week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, long sessions I think are actually usually pretty fun. Like it sounds like a
Oh
lot,
yeah.
but I actually I remember there were like some summer vacations as a kid where I would be doing like 8 hour sessions and it was just like it was fun. It was really nice.
Dude, I most of the time like we'll reserve like super long sessions for like the finales because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is like the final fight we got. And very rarely we'll do longer sessions unless it's
Hmm.
like something special.
Hmm.
But like what we did with the one shot. But most
Hmm.
of the time we'll like aim for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's a pretty good session length. When it goes like below 2 hours, it gets a little short for me most of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's why like I always get caught off guard with the pacing of the Earthbound dungeon, because you've done a very good job of keeping it with like the 1 hour pacing about. We tend to go a little bit long just because like why not? It's the Earthbound dungeon, it's a special thing, but it's always like, wait, we already through this awesome epic quest. You know?
Yeah.
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 You're I wouldn't mind if we went longer sometime. You're allowed to do that too. You're allowed to make it longer than
I know,
1 hour.
I know. That's why I went a little longer last time.
Mhm.
But I'm thinking potentially if we're gonna do Earthbound Dungeon 3, I'm thinking of maybe trying to go for 2 hours if you guys would be down for that.
Wow.
Stonks.
It depends upon when,
Sure.
because it depends upon on when it is. Because if I'm really busy, I'm not editing 2 hours.
Yeah,
I'm not doing
exactly.
trails of music and visuals.
I also want to for the audio listeners at home. I think we like literally recorded Earthbound Dungeon like that Sunday, like the Sunday before it released.
Yep.
And I was originally gonna DM you like, hey, do you want to like do something, like just record a quick like just Earthbound podcast, because like it doesn't require too much editing most of the time.
Like
And,
just the normal Earthbound. Most of the normal ones. I'm gonna be honest. Like if I don't have to scrub through it, it's so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to reach out to you, be like, oh, do you want to just do that? And
if we do a 2 hour one, I mean, I could edit a 2 hour one. I just probably need more time to.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
what I mean. Like, I know you could do it. It's just I would want to definitely want to give you more time.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't do that like with the stuff I'm working on now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So busy, dude. Yeah, man. Josh, you haven't fulfilled your like word quota.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't have much to talk about when it comes to D&D.
I want to see more of your unique take on the role playing experience. I think I want you to get more like role playing experience. You know.
I would love that. That would be awesome. I have a question, not related to roleplay, but related to something else. I'm pretty sure both of you have seen about the like Homestuck animated thing.
Oh,
I
And I was
no
curious
idea.
if you guys had any thoughts on that.
I saw you type a message about that earlier. I did not know that was a thing. But Toby Fox is doing it, you said?
Yeah,
he's doing music and he's voicing I don't know
Well, if he
Homestuck. I
didn't,
think his name's like John
if he didn't post
John
it on
Egbert.
his Blue Sky, I don't know what it is.
That is fair.
Yeah, his name's John Egbert. Do you know who that is?
That's the fucking Animal Crossing character. Isn't Egbert the big chicken?
I don't know. That's what I'm reading.
Okay, great. Well, I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing, but okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense because isn't that where Toby Fox got like his start on like the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like drew for that.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, that makes sense. But otherwise, I don't know. It's not really my thing. But
Oh wait, I wanted to talk about this earlier, and I totally forgot because like we had to move on to Dungeon Dragon stuff. But I'm gonna put you on blast for a second here, Teagues.
oh,
Why you should play Deltarune?
well, I don't have the time. I don't have time. I don't have
I
time.
know. I'm sorry.
Rah!
Raw.
I don't have time, dude. I barely had time to piss today, okay? I had about 5 minutes. I got to hang out with Oz. I took him outside for a minute, and then that whole time I was still working on shit because I was writing ideas on my phone about watching him out the corner of my eye to make sure he didn't go fucking like run onto the road and get hit by like 10 cement trucks. So
Were there 10 cement trucks that you saw?
no, there's dump trucks around here sometimes. And I'm not just talking about mine.
Oh. Blushes.
Don't roleplay. Don't roleplay.
Why not? Why can't we? We were
Dude,
talking about
okay.
roleplay.
Okay, I really do really wanna play Deltarune, but oh no, dude. I just it's hard, okay? It's hard to find the time, to find the moment to play Deltarune. And also it costs like $25, dude. And I only have like 10K in my bank account, so how the fuck am I supposed to make that work?
Well, that's what I call a good point.
Well, gang, what did we learn today?
Learned that I had to play Deltarune, dude. Apparently, but I'll probably not get
Yeah.
around to it till like December. At this
Dude.
rate. Oh my god, dude.
What?
No, I'm sorry. It's like every time I think about the future, I'm realizing like, wait, I'm busy now and I'm not gonna stop being busy for like the rest of my life. So that's really great.
Yeah.
Because with all the work I'm doing now, because okay, as I have my regular life, which is about to return to going back to class, in like a month, and then I have also working on my internet stuff life, and so my free time is not my free time. Now I have to find like free time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
well,
get
actually,
that.
no, it's actually good because I'm going on vacation pretty soon. So
Oh yeah, you talked about
I'm gonna
that.
have like 3 days to chill. So that's gonna be nice because I haven't had
Dude, you
three
should play
days to chill.
Deltarune.
No, no.
I
No,
don't know.
that would be so stupid. I'm like literally going on a trip. I'm going across. I'm going like away from like my home to go visit this place. I'm going to like a Renaissance fair and stuff. Too. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna go see a bunch of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, you talked
Gonna
about
go
that.
to like some museums and shit and see some stuff. I was so sad. There was a concert I really wanted to see in the city I'm visiting. But they're doing it the concert is like a few days before I get there. So I can't do it, but
Ah, dang.
honestly, it's not that big of a deal cuz knowing the band that's playing, their tickets were probably going to be like $200. So never mind.
Ah, gotcha.
I would sooner pay $25 for Deltarune than I would $200 on a concert for a band that I only really like their first two albums anyway. So yeah,
As a
but yeah. Um, Chu, what about
Oh
you? Are you
wait.
going on any cool vacation soon?
Oh, I think I was talking. Hang on, sorry. Let me
Uh-huh.
check. Oh yeah, I was talking with my family, and we were thinking of going to wah,
Wah,
wah, wah,
wah,
wah,
wah,
wah,
wah.